Hello and welcome to my channel Talisman Tarot. In this reading I want to ask the cards and spirit directly through channeling about what your 2023 will be like, and I have 5 groups here that you can choose from. This will be group number 1, this will be group number 2, this will be group number 3, this will be group number 4, and this will be group number 5. And so I will ask you to use your intuition and choose the group that speaks to you the most, the group that catches your eye, and that group will be your group. And if you need any more time to choose, you can just pause the video. But if you don't need any more time, then just head down to the description box below and find the timestamp for your reading and click on that, and your reading should appear in front of you. And yeah, I'll just move on to your reading then. Hello, group number 1. You chose this Jolanda Tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle these cards for you. Group number 1. So, okay, Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 1? The people who will choose group number 1. How will their 2023 be like? What will it be like? I'm sensing it's gonna be financially better than 2022. I think it's gonna be more fruitful financially. I feel like there's gonna be some kind of opportunity for you coming in, and it's gonna give you some kind of financial success. So I feel like 2023 is gonna be about increase in income, and so I feel like that's the main thing that's gonna change this year for you, is financially, like the financial increase, financial success. And I feel like it's gonna be through an opportunity that's gonna present itself to you. It could be an offer, but it could also just be something that you will do in 2023. Something that you might have been thinking of doing for a long time, but you haven't done it. But I think 2023 is going to be the year where you actually find the courage to actually do this thing that you have been thinking of doing before. And I feel like it's gonna bring you success. But I feel like also it's gonna be like you're gonna get financial success from something that could be considered immoral, or something that's against your principles, or the principles that you had in the past, or maybe some principles that you had due to your family being against it, or something like maybe your family has some strong principles about not seeking fame, or not going on the internet and like doing something where you're putting your face out there or something. I feel like that's maybe what I'm getting at, is that the fame, I don't know if you come from a religious family or something, but I feel like there's something, like you have something against fame, or you used to, where you've always reconsidered every time you've thought of doing something where you could potentially become well known. And I think this is something that's very rooted in you, and but I feel like in 2023 you're really gonna break out of this mindset of like, and actually invite some of this this into your life. This, I wouldn't say fame right away, but like something where you could potentially get well known in a field, like not a field, but in some kind of field, educational field, or in something to do with social media also. But I feel like with four of Pentacles, I think this is gonna be a year where you're gonna break out of like your shell, dare to do something that you wouldn't have dared to do before. I think you will find a lot of courage and find out that there's nothing wrong with sharing your life on social media, for instance. Like, there's a lot of people who have something against that and feel like, oh, people shouldn't do that because nobody cares or something. But I think this is gonna be a year where you're actually gonna find some kind of joy out of actually sharing with people what you're doing and the projects that you have been doing been working on for years, and like actually daring to put yourself out there. And I feel like that is what's going to change this year, is that you're actually gonna break out of your shell and show people more of yourself. Dare to share pictures of things that you would have thought were a bit lame before, like sharing pictures of your food. And maybe a few years ago you laughed at people for doing that and thought they were silly and losers and stuff like that. But I think you're gonna get past some kind of barrier where you're gonna realize that it's actually very fun to do. Like, it's fun to share things with others, and sometimes if you're enjoying something, you want to share that moment with people. And it's not like, there's nothing wrong with that, with wanting to share things. And I think this year is gonna be a year where you're gonna share more, share things that you wouldn't have shared before. So with the Magician, I think you're gonna do something that's actually, I feel like if you want to do something on social media, like if you want to start a TikTok or an Instagram or something like that, I think you're actually gonna do something, or some of you are gonna do something that's actually gonna be trending, because every time I see this particular card, the Magician in this deck, I'm always focused on the lightning. And the thing about lightning is like, it's like an echo, like the lightning strikes and then you hear thunder, and the thunder is kind of like an echo. And it makes me think of trending, like doing something and then people echo it. Then people mimic what you did. And it's not really how lightning works, I know, but it's an association that I always have with this particular card. But it's, I feel like you're gonna do something that's gonna likely be trending, something that people are gonna mimic, something where you're a trendsetter, you're the first mover, you're gonna do something that's original, that people want to copy. And I think you're gonna likely have success from doing this, from actually putting yourself out there and daring to do something that nobody has done before and see how it goes. And I feel like this year is gonna be a year where you're gonna make some attempts first. Like, you're not gonna post something as your first post and then it's gonna be trending. But I feel like you're gonna have some attempts to this, and then at some point it's gonna grab on. Like, something is actually gonna be trending. So with Two of Cups reversed, I feel like this year is maybe not gonna be a year with a lot of romance or love. I feel like you're gonna have a lot of you're gonna spend a lot of time on building something up, getting some kind of income up, like doing something that's gonna give you financial success. But it's like, I feel like when it comes to love, it's gonna be kind of status quo. Like, it's gonna be kind of like 2022. So if a lot of things happened in 2022 when it comes to love, then maybe things are gonna be equally as exciting. But if you had a bit of a dull year last year, was a bit dull and nothing happened when it comes to romance or love, then I feel like this year 2023 is gonna be kind of the same. So yeah. But I feel like there's a lot of other things that's gonna happen that's gonna be exciting. So I don't think you're gonna miss it. I think you're gonna be content with your life this year. So with Temperance reversed, I think there's gonna be, like, this year might be a bit imbalanced in some, like, you're gonna spend a lot of time on one thing and then maybe you're gonna neglect some other things because you're gonna focus so much on this exciting new endeavor. So there's maybe not gonna be a lot of space and time for friendships and family and love. So maybe some people are gonna be a bit annoyed with you this year, where they are gonna call you and ask you, like, oh, why don't you ever call me, or why is it always me who has to call, or something. And and I feel like that's mostly family members who's gonna be like, oh, and it's likely gonna be the family members who never call you, but who's gonna be so mad because you are not calling them. So I feel like that's also a thing where you're gonna be kind of annoyed with, like, one family member or a few family members who keep who keep criticizing you for not contacting them when they are never contacting you. And that's like, I feel like that's already something you're kind of dealing with right now, and it's not going to be better in 2023. It's just going to be kind of the same. And yeah. So with Two of Swords, I think, but I think you are gonna find some kind of, like in this year, I think you're gonna find some serenity, some kind of tranquility. Even though it's gonna be a bit imbalanced, I think it's gonna be imbalanced for other people. Like other people will look at your life and feel like, oh, you're not balancing your priorities, or like you're not prioritizing correctly, you're neglecting these people, and that you're neglecting me, and like and they are gonna, I feel like from your family and friends' perspective, they're gonna look at your life as a bit chaotic and not prioritized correctly and imbalanced or out of balance and stuff like that. But truly, I think you're actually going to be quite balanced. Like you're going to feel balanced. You're going to feel like you're actually very peaceful, and more peaceful than you've been in a long time. I feel like if you've suffered from anxiety in the past, I feel like this year is actually going to be a year where you're not going to feel that anxious. You're going to feel like you're actually peaceful and like zen, and like maybe you're going to start meditating. But I feel like you're also going to find the new business endeavor or financial thing that you're going to start. I think you're actually going to find some meditation within it, like that it's therapy on its own. Like you're going to learn a lot about yourself through doing this work. So with Three of Cups, I think you're going to find like maybe I think through this work, through this new business endeavor, I think you're going to find some new friends. And it's not going to be the old friends that you had for many years. It's going to be some new ones. And I feel like the old friends are possibly going to be a bit annoyed that you're going to get some new friends who are going to be your first priority. But I feel like you're actually going to find your crew. Like you're going to find your kind of people, like-minded people who you actually have a lot more in common with. And I feel like you're kind of going to find your soul family this year. Like you're gonna, or close to that. Like you're gonna find some people that are very, very like-minded, very like you're gonna feel very comfortable around these people. Like you've known them forever, even though you haven't. And with Seven of Swords, I think there is going to be some traveling this year. Likely some. I feel like you might go on some kind of road trip, or some kind of interrail, or something where you're gonna go from city to city and go on tour or something like that. But like something where you're gonna visit a lot of cities, like from like one one day you're going to be in one city and then you're going to take the train or something to the next city the next day. Like I feel like there's going to be something very exciting going on with traveling this year. Like and with Queen of Pentacles reversed, I think this year, like, you're maybe not going to be the most down to earth as you have, like, I think you have been, like, you've maybe had some periods where you have been very down to earth, and then maybe sometimes you're more airy. And it could be because you have, like, your sun in an earth sign and your moon in an air sign or something like that, where you're maybe constantly moving from being earthy to airy, and then earthy again, and then airy. And maybe this year is going to be a more airy time where you're going to be using your mind in a way where you're going to use it innovatively. You're going to form ideas. You're going to do something more on the internet, more like you're going to do something more in terms of communication, something where you use your words, something where it's more about communicating a message out, delivering a message, giving out information, sharing information, sharing knowledge, sharing experiences, and doing it on a platform that is more airy than earthy. So a platform that could be social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or a website, blog, vlog, video blog thing, or video log or whatever, I don't know. But something where it's through the internet. Whereas if it had been upright, I would have assumed you would have done something more down to earth, like having like seminars around people where you're in the same room as people. But when it's more airy, it's more like you can do it through an internet platform. So I feel like that's more going to be your platform this year. It's going to be the internet thing, interwebs. Not a lot of physical encounters with people, and yeah. But I feel like you're gonna rule it with, you're gonna take it by storm. You're gonna actually, like, when you choose a platform, maybe you are already doing this. But I feel like in 2023, this year, you're gonna take your platform by storm, the chosen platform that you have chosen. You're gonna actually rule it and be the queen of it, and I think you're gonna get a good grasp on it and actually make something innovative, something new, original, exciting, unique, special, something that's very you, where you actually dare to share yourself and who you are and what you're capable of. And it's going to be an exciting time for you, I think. But of course, when it comes to romance, love, maybe next year, maybe 2024 is going to be your year. But I feel like this year is going to be the year where you build this, where you rule this, where you the financial thing, the business thing, the business career aspect, And so you're gonna have a lot of things going on. You're gonna be busy, and so I don't think you're gonna miss having romance in your life. Even though you can have romance, but it's not gonna be more than last year. Like, if it's not gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of status quo. So yeah, but I think that's all I have for you, group number 1. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 2. You chose this Miss Cleo's tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle these cards for you. Group number 2. So I'm gonna do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 2? The people who will choose group number 2, how will their 2023, the year 2023, be? What will it be like for them, for group number 2? Okay, so I'm sensing that this is going to be a very romantic year. Like, I feel like if you're in a relationship, I think you're actually going to find the romance again. Like, maybe you have been together with a partner for a few years or something. Maybe I know that it's maybe not for all of you, but for those of you who are in a relationship, I feel like maybe 2022 was a bit like maybe not the most romantic year. Like there might have been some like it might have been a bit like uneventful, and I feel like this year the romance is gonna come back. It's gonna be like there's gonna be new romance, not new, like if you're in a relationship, I feel like you're gonna stay with your partner, but it's gonna be like it's new, like the relationship is gonna be exciting again, like romantic again. And if you're not in a relationship, if you're single, I think you're gonna find love in 2023, especially if 2022 was really uneventful. I feel like it's gonna turn around. Like, this year is gonna be different. 2023 is gonna be a year where there's gonna be an increase in love and romance. And there's just gonna be more gestures, more more actions that are gonna be made, that like either your current partner or the partner you're gonna meet this year is gonna do some things for you that you wouldn't have expected from that person, or wouldn't have expected from anyone. Like, you're gonna feel, I feel like you're gonna feel very spoiled when it comes to romance and love. Like, you're gonna feel like you're gonna have a partner who's actually gonna do kind things, considerate things for you, and it's gonna be very good, like very positive. And I'm also sensing that there's gonna be a lot of beauty in this year, like a lot of beautiful gestures maybe, but also physically beautiful things. Like I feel like you're gonna be surrounded by physically beautiful things. Like maybe you're gonna decorate your house. Maybe you're gonna do some nesting where you're gonna make your home very cozy and make it feel like home, like you belong there, like you get happy in when you come home, like because you've decorated it like very personally and with a lot of personal items that mean a lot to you, and like make everything just feel more at home, but also very beautiful, like surrounding yourself with beautiful things. I feel like you're also, like 2023 is also going to be a year where you're going to focus on your hobbies, doing things that make you happy, doing things that make you feel peaceful, that make you feel less anxious, like do things that are meditative or like makes you feel good, like therapeutic things, like painting or doing like embroidery or knitting or doing some kind of arts and crafts or something that that you're gonna do for you, like because it makes you happy. And especially if it's something like something decorative, then you can also decorate your house with it, and then it will create even more joy, like by you being able to look at it every day. And like I think you're gonna make your, like you're gonna surround yourself with beautiful things that make you happy, and you're gonna do things that make you happy. And I feel like this year is gonna be like there's like a common denominator here of happiness, like focusing on what gives you joy in life and doing more of that, and the things that don't create joy in your life, you're gonna throw that out and focus on just having only the things that gives you joy, doing the things that makes you happy. And I feel like you're gonna succeed at finding joy and serenity and tranquility, and finding some kind of like focusing on yourself and doing the things that you enjoy doing, and maybe also like by doing these hobbies that make you happy. I feel like you're also, like within that, I think you're gonna find some kind of way to actually make some money out of it. Like I feel like, or that's for some of you, but I feel like for others of you, it would probably take the joy out of it if you started doing your hobby as a job, like, and it might end up making you feel like it's not meditative anymore, like but I feel like for some of you, I think you're gonna find some way of like making it into like a small business. Like if you do embroidery, maybe you're gonna find some way to sell it to small businesses or something, or do something that on demand, do some embroidery on demand, and then like do it for small businesses or for branding or something, I don't know. But I feel like that's maybe just for some of you. For others of you, I think you're just gonna keep doing your embroidery or painting or arts and crafts just for yourself, and not with a business in mind, like only for making yourself happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like we should all do a portion of the things that we do throughout the day should be just for ourselves and our own sanity. So so with King of Coins, I think you are gonna, like, if you're a woman or a man who is attracted to other men, I think you're gonna find a partner, or maybe this is your current partner if you are in a relationship. But if you're single, I think you're gonna find someone who's a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And I think this is someone who's gonna give you a lot of stability in your life, gonna make you, but it could also be you, even if you're not a woman, even if you're not a man. I mean, the King of Pentacles, the King of Coins, could represent you as well. That you're gonna find your own security, your own stability through something like, or maybe you're gonna, you could meet someone who is gonna help you financially, who might not actually be a romantic partner, but a business partner, or someone you're gonna work with, or someone who's gonna help you get a job with something. And this could be a friend, or just someone who's, but I feel like someone is gonna help you get a job in 2023, but it might not be the job that you're looking for. But I feel like you're gonna make the most out of it anyways. Like, it might not be your dream job, but it's gonna be like you're gonna turn it into your dream job. Like, it might not be what you have envisioned as a dream job, but you're gonna realize when you actually do the job that it's actually very fun, and it actually gives you less anxiety than the job that you have been searching for. So it's gonna be a blessing in disguise. Like, you're gonna be a bit disappointed with it at first, but then you're gonna realize that it's actually what you always wanted. So, but I'm gonna shuffle some more cards. It came, 10 of Swords reversed. It came out reversed. I then reversed it, then I reversed it again back to how it actually jumped out. So 10 of Swords reversed. I feel like you are, like, this is gonna be a healing year. You're gonna use this year solely for healing purposes. This, I feel like you're gonna find out that, like, it's what's most important is your mental health, how you feel, like what makes you happy, what gives you joy, what makes you not anxious or depressed or feel down. Like, you're gonna do all the things that are gonna combat that, like fight that feeling, or like, and I think you're gonna heal a lot of wounds from the past. You're, like, maybe you felt a bit defeated in 2022, but this year the defeat that you felt last year is gonna go away. It's gonna be healed. It's gonna, like, you're not gonna have that feeling of defeat. You're not gonna have that feeling of everything just crumbling down, like it might have happened like last year. Like last year might have been a bad year for you, but it's all gonna look up. Like it's gonna be more positive. Like everything is gonna seem a lot more like tangible in some way. Like everything felt like it was so far away and so ungrabbable in 2022, but I feel like in 2023 everything is gonna come closer, and everything is gonna be more like you can just grab out and touch it and take it, and like everything is gonna seem just a lot more doable. Like everything will seem like when you get an idea, like maybe last year you had some ideas like, oh, let's throw a party or something, and then you never did it because then a lot of other things happened, and then like the idea just moved further and further away, and until it just disappeared in the horizon. But I feel like this year everything is gonna seem just much more doable. Like everything is just gonna feel like, oh, let's throw a party, and then you're actually gonna do it. Like you're actually gonna throw that party. And if you think of like, oh, let's go to the beach, you're just gonna do it like right away. Not think like, oh, let's do it next week when we have more time or something. Like I think you're gonna have more time in 2023, or you're gonna prioritize your time in a way where you're actually gonna make time for the things that actually make sense to you. And I think I feel like you're also gonna make some traditions this year. Like you're gonna start some traditions. Like you're gonna maybe you're gonna throw a party in summertime, and you're just gonna tell yourself like, I'm gonna do that every year, like, and make a tradition out of it. Like I feel like this is gonna be 2023 is gonna be a year of nesting, creating new traditions, starting like building things, like building your future up, like things that you're gonna keep repeating in the future, finding things that you find cozy and it makes you happy, like maybe throwing a party or doing some kind of like something that you can always like look forward to every year. And yeah, I'm gonna shuffle some more cards for you, group number 2, about 2023. With 2 of Cups upright, I think this is definitely the year of love. Like 2023 is going to be a romantic year for you. If you're in a relationship, it is like, it's very likely that you're gonna like get married, or your partner is gonna propose, or something is gonna happen that's gonna, or maybe you're gonna get pregnant or something that's gonna make, like, increase the love in the relationship. If you're not in a relationship, then, and if you're single, then I think like this is gonna be the year where you find someone. Like I said before, this is gonna be a year, a romantic year, where you're gonna find the love of your life, where there's gonna be love in the air for you. And I feel like that it's really all going, like, it's gonna happen because you're gonna take a step back. Like, you're gonna relax and you're gonna find time for the things that you enjoy doing. Like, you're gonna, and when you take like that breathing room where you're just gonna focus on yourself, then love is gonna be, it's gonna create itself around you when you slow down and stop being so busy and stop trying to make things happen in your career, or like, but when you just let it go, that is when you're gonna have much more love and joy and happiness in your life. So, and with the 9 of Swords reversed, I think this is going to be the year where you let the anxiety go, where you're not. I feel like this is not going to be a year where you're going to feel depressed at all. Like, I don't think you're going to feel depressed in 2023, because you're not going to allow yourself to. I know it's not so. I shouldn't have said that, because depression happens whether you allow it to happen or not. But I feel like you're going to be very stubborn in doing so. Like, every time you're going to feel down in this year, you're going to do something that makes you happy, that makes you like, you're going to try to fix it instead of wallowing in it. Like, and I think, like, you're gonna also find some tools. Like, you're gonna find some things that always work. Like when you feel down, you're gonna find the solutions. Like, you're gonna find out, oh, when I feel this way, it always helps to go to the beach. Or if I feel very anxious, then it always helps to do some embroidery or knitting or something like that to relieve the anxiety. Or, I know it's not that simple. I've suffered from depression and anxiety myself, and so I know. But I feel like it's just you're gonna find some tools that are gonna help you deal with your depression and anxiety, and you're gonna find those this year. And I feel like you're gonna feel like you know what to do when the dark thoughts come to the surface. And so I feel like you're gonna overcome a lot of the obstacles that you were facing in 2022. You're gonna find ways to dodge those obstacles and make sure that they don't limit you in your life. So I feel like this is gonna be a year of healing, healing old wounds, healing from some mental health issues that you might have had in the past, and a year with a lot of love and romance, where you're gonna either find the love of your life, or if you're in a relationship, the love is gonna balloon and become bigger and better. And so, yeah. But that's all I have for you. Group number 2, I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one, and have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 3, you chose this, the Cook's Tarot, and I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle the cards for you. Group number 3. So, Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 3? How will their 2023, the year 2023, be? How will the year 2023 be like for group number 3? Okay, I'm sensing it's gonna be musical. I feel like there's gonna be more music in your life in 2023. So I feel like that's very exciting. I don't know if you're gonna play more music or advance in music, or train or exercise your music, or like, I don't know if you play music as a hobby or for a living, I don't know, but I feel like your musical endeavors, or something to do with music, like 2023 is gonna be a year where there's gonna be a lot of progress, and I also feel like it's just gonna be a very musical year, like there's gonna be music around you, and maybe you're also gonna go on a lot of music festivals this year, and like I feel like there's just gonna be music around you, and maybe you're also gonna play more music, like not necessarily yourself, but like you're maybe gonna be better at turning on the radio, or like listening to more music, and I feel like it's gonna be therapeutic for you to listen to music more, and I feel like it's also gonna open up more creativity, and maybe also give you some more inspiration to play some of your own music, or write your own songs, or something like that. Or maybe you're just gonna be very good at like choosing the right music to the right situation, like maybe you're gonna finally create the perfect playlist on Spotify or something, or maybe you're gonna use music in your job, but maybe your job is not doesn't have anything to do with music, like directly, but maybe you're gonna be able to use your musical talent or something like that to actually better your career, or find some way to kind of cooperate the two parts of you, where the business part of you and the musical part of you, and make them cooperate, and maybe make something out of that. Like if you work with something to do with filming, like or video, then maybe 2023 is going to be a year where you're gonna be better at choosing the right music for the right video, or maybe use your own music in your videos, or like if you if you work in a marketing department, then maybe you will use your musical talent to actually choose the right music for advertisements or for branding, or if you're doing something with like animation or something, then also that is like, it's important to choose the right music for that too. Like, but I feel like this is gonna be a year where your musical talent is gonna get attention. Like, it might not have gotten a lot of attention in the past, but I feel like this year you are gonna get attention for your gift of music. Like, the way you can perform music or create music, or like something, or choose the right music for things, like it's just gonna get attention from people, and people are gonna point it out to you that you have a lot of talent when it comes to music or rhythm or something like that. So it's gonna be like, I feel like this is a year where you're gonna get more attention for your skills, maybe also skills that don't have anything to do with music, but I feel like it's just gonna be a year where you're gonna get more attention for what you can do. People are gonna open up their eyes for something that you have been trying to plug for a long time, but it seems like it hasn't really broken out. And I feel like this is gonna be a year where you're gonna have some kind of breakthrough. People are gonna notice you is something that you can do, give you attention for that. So with the Hermit reversed, I think this is gonna be a year where you're not gonna be solo. You're not gonna go solo. You're gonna find some people that you're gonna share maybe your gift with. Like if you have been playing solo for a long time, like playing music solo, then I think 2023 could be the year where you find a band to play in and create some music with other people, or just team up with people and do some other kind of work. But I feel like it's still creative work, even if it's not musical, it's creative. It's something where you're gonna create something with other people. So what's 2023 for group number 3? What's it gonna be like? Also, if you're thinking of like film, going into the film industry, or something with screenplay, becoming a playwright, that could also be like 2023 could also be the year where you have some kind of breakthrough in that field, like creating a musical, like an actual musical. With the Hanged Man, I think 2023 is gonna be a year where you're gonna have like progress, you're gonna get noticed, and you're gonna get attention, but it's gonna feel a bit slow. Like it's not gonna, not gonna get the attention right away. Like it's gonna be something that's gonna build up a bit slowly throughout the year. And then it's gonna peak maybe throughout the middle or the end of the year. It's gonna get really, like there's gonna become more attention in the second half of the year. So, yeah. But it's gonna happen, like there's gonna be more attention to your talent this year than last year. A lot more. People are gonna be intrigued and interested and wants to like hear more or know more about you, and like there's gonna be some kind of spike in interest from people. Like, yeah. With King of Pentacles, you could find someone. This could be if you're single, this could be a love interest coming into your life. A Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. If you're in a relationship, then and your partner is not a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, then I think there could be two things. Like if you have a partner, then your partner could become more like a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn throughout the year, or become more earth-like or more down to earth, or start to build things that are more practical. Like if you have a partner, then maybe your partner is gonna start being more handy. Like if it's a man, if it's a woman, it could be the same thing. Like your partner could start fixing things around the house, and building new things or starting new projects, physical projects like with wood, or like building something with wood and nails and something out in the garden, something very, very tangible, very practical. But if you're single, I think that is who you're gonna meet. So I think you're gonna meet someone who's very handy, like a handyman or a handy woman, someone who likes to fix things around the house, someone who might have a job that is like carpenting, or like some kind of like woodwork, masonry, something with furniture or building furniture, or something very physical with your hands, something where you're building things for a living. So I'm gonna shuffle some more. With Queen of Pentacles, some of you could also meet a woman. Like if you're single and you're into women, then I think you could find someone who's very, well, could still be a bit like the handy woman, but maybe more like a bit softer, doing more decorative things, like someone who likes to do handiwork, but more handiwork that has to do with decorating, like putting up pictures, putting up shelves that are supposed to have like decorative items on them. Not that I'm like, it's a bit sexist, I know, but I'm just trying to explain this. I feel like the common denominator is that there is going to be a person in your life, and like it's going to be a love interest or your current partner. If you have a partner, it's very likely that person is because it's someone who's very loyal, someone who's in for the long run, someone who's the real deal, someone like if you're single, you're gonna find someone you're gonna have a long-term relationship with, someone who's gonna be very stable, like a stable person in your life, and like a constant, and if it's your current partner, then this is confirmation that your current partner is gonna be your partner for life. You have found someone who is very likely gonna be with you for the long run, and you don't have to be worried that you're gonna lose this person. Even if you have some ups and downs, some bumps in the road, none of it is so serious that it could break you apart. I feel like it's a very strong relationship. If you're in a relationship, but if you're single, you're gonna have that sort of relationship in 2023, and so it's very positive. Could be a bit boring, but who cares? Like, I think you are very fun, a very fun person, very funny, humorous person. So maybe your perfect counterpart is someone who's a bit dull and a bit boring, because that's gonna balance you out. It's gonna make the perfect dynamic. And like sometimes we need, like I feel like you're very funny and humorous, and I feel like you can only be funny and humorous when you're in a safe place. And so if this person can create a safe place for you, then you can be funny all the time. Like then there's no limitation to your humor, where maybe before you, like if you weren't in a relationship before, you might not have had that security to be funny all the time. Whereas if you're in a relationship with someone who's very stable and loyal, someone that you're always going to be completely sure that is going to be with you forever, like then you can relax and you can be funny, because you're more funny when you're relaxed and secure and feel more stable-minded. Like I don't know, but with a star, I feel like this is gonna be the year where you're gonna have some kind of recognition for your work. You're gonna get in the public eye for something, and it is gonna be exciting for you. It might happen later on in the year, but I feel like it is gonna happen. It's gonna happen that you're gonna get some admiration from people for your work. People are gonna tell you that you're doing a good job. People are gonna praise you for what you can do. Yeah. With the world here, I feel like there's also gonna be some traveling in 2023. You are gonna I feel like you're gonna visit not only one country, but maybe 2 or 3 countries, or maybe more this year. I feel like you are gonna have some opportunity to go traveling, or maybe you're gonna play some music with some people from different ethnicities, or work with people from different countries and from different cultures, and maybe like if you start a project this year, which I think you will, I think it's gonna like the success is gonna be very determined by the people involved, and it's mostly because every person that's gonna be a part of this project is gonna have a different culture and a different point of view, and it's gonna be like this great like symbiosis of like different things, like and with the strength card, I feel like there could be something about like taming something a bit wild, taking something that's very unprocessed, something that's like maybe if you play an instrument, then maybe you're gonna be in a band, and then maybe you're gonna get another band member into the band who might have only played music for a very short period of time, and then you're gonna teach that person to do what you can do, or there's just gonna be something about like taking a very raw talent and then like building it up into and making it into something very, very amazing. And I feel like you can do that. Like there's also some, I feel like for some of you, you could go into teaching this year, like in 2023. Maybe you're gonna offer music lessons to people, and like maybe you're gonna find a platform on the internet where you can maybe make a profile. Like there might be some kind of website where people offer lessons, like guitar lessons or piano lessons or something, and it might be like this free platform where everyone can sign up, and maybe you can sign up and make a profile and actually offer lessons to children or teenagers or adults who want to learn how to play an instrument or something. But it could also be something else, like some other lessons in like maybe singing. Of course, that's also a musical instrument, but like could also be something with acting or something like that. Like if you have been acting or doing things in the theater, then maybe you will offer acting lessons to younger people or people who are less experienced than you, or dancing lessons or something. But I feel like it's gonna be a year where you're gonna have a lot of music, a lot of like there's gonna be a lot of talent being shown to people. Like you're gonna show your talent to people, maybe through performing your talent in the public, or teaching students your talent so that they see what you can actually do and also admire you for it in that sense. But I feel like it's gonna be very creative, very musical, very rhythmical, like something very, very exciting, very like very artistic. Yeah. I feel like there's gonna be some opportunities for financial success, but also just getting a lot of joy out of showing your talent to people and getting recognition for it. But that's all I have for you, group number 3. I hope this reading was helpful. And if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 4. You chose this Medicine Woman tarot deck. And I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle these cards for you. Group number 4. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 4, the people who will choose group number 4? How will their 2023 be? What will the year 2023 be like for group number 4? I feel like there's going to be a lot of back and forth, like moving back and forth, or like going from one place to the other. A lot of traveling time, a lot of like maybe you're gonna have a job that's gonna be far away, so you constantly have to drive or take the train back and forth and spend a lot of time on transportation. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of back and forth, and I feel like it's not going to be the most enjoyable thing, but it's not going to be the worst either. But I feel like it's going to be a bit tiring to always constantly have to go from one place to the other and always have to pack a bag. And like, I feel like it's gonna be a bit tiresome. But I feel like there's also gonna get you're also gonna get a lot of good. There's gonna be an opportunity in this. I feel like moving back and forth is going to give you more success in whatever you're going to do, that you're going to have to transport yourself from one place to the other. It's going to give you success. It's going to be worthwhile in the end. Like when you look back on it, you're going to think like, oh, it was a bit annoying, but it was worth it. But I feel like you're also gonna get some good experiences. Like you're gonna experience new places. You're gonna experience one new place, but it's still gonna be an experience. Like it's always interesting to see new places, meet new people. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of that going on. With 3 of Arrows, there is maybe going to be some heartbreak this year, but it's going to with 3 of Swords, 3 of Arrows is 3 of Swords. Usually I would read that as some kind of sorrow that is meant to happen because it's gonna create stability. You kind of need to, sometimes we are in a situation that brings us a lot of joy, but also creates a lot of chaos. So we stay in it because a part of it makes us happy, a part of it makes us miserable, but the part that makes us happy somehow seems to be bigger than the part that makes us miserable, and so we stay in a situation that is chaotic and gives us a lot of anxiety and makes us feel very like we don't have we don't have like a place to put our feet. Like sometimes like I feel like there's something that you have been doing maybe in 2022, maybe some years before that as well, but you might have been doing something that has been making you happy, somewhat making you happy, like it has given you some feeling of purpose, or it has, maybe you have some, like maybe you're studying, or maybe you're in school and like you like to be there, you like the people there, and maybe you have made some friends and like you have some good classmates, and the teachers are awesome and they are always praising you, and everything, it seems very dandy and sweet, but you don't have your feet on, like it's like there's no stability in it, like you don't feel like you can put your feet down, because when you put your feet down, it's like the ground crumbles, and like it's not, it doesn't have a solid foundation, and I feel like in 2023, I feel like you're gonna say goodbye to a part of this, or maybe it all, I don't know, like maybe you're gonna find something else to do and just leave this behind, the thing that you have been doing in 2022, like something that created chaos but also gave you joy. It could also have been a relationship that was fun and nice and sometimes very good, but then also very chaotic sometimes, and like I don't know, but like it could also be a relationship. But whatever it is, I feel like in 2023 you're gonna relieve yourself from that situation and start something where you're actually gonna find stability and feel like you can actually put your feet down, and everything's not gonna crumble if you do. Everything's gonna stay solid, founded, like everything's gonna be much more, like it's gonna be more concrete, like concrete, like but also concrete, like it's gonna be something, like maybe you've been doing something in 2022 that seemed like a good idea, maybe studying to become something, or studying a subject that like maybe it made a lot of sense to you, or maybe it still makes some sense to you right now, but like but it's maybe something that's very intangible, and like you can't really see a future in it, or you might feel like it's a bit like it's not very tangible, and I feel like you're gonna find something that is more concrete, something that you actually understand on a more like logical level. In 2023 you're gonna find that like some kind of thing, like either a career or a job that will just make more sense to you, like you where you do something, like you go to work and you do something, and when you're done, like at the end of the day, like you can actually see what you've done, like you can actually tell by the numbers, like that you have actually made a difference, and you can see the people that you have helped, and you can actually tell that you have done something that day, like and I think it's gonna make more sense to you that you can actually sense that you're making a difference. And I feel like you're gonna get that in 2023. You're gonna get something more meaningful, and it could also be that you're gonna find something like romantically, you're gonna find a relationship that makes more sense to you than maybe the relationship that you had in the past. Maybe you have had some, like, maybe you've been dating some flukes, some people who were a bit like, where their feelings were a bit fickle, or like where like you didn't really know if they wanted to be in a relationship with you, or if they were just like wanting their freedom, or if they would actually commit at some point. Like you might have been in some very like flighty relationships where you didn't really know where you stood with these people, and I feel like in 2023 you're gonna find something more solid, something that is actually defined, like where the person is actually gonna put a label on it right away and not wait for years and years to put a label on it. And I think it's gonna be a very new thing for you. Like it's gonna feel very good to be with someone who's actually so quick to make it real, make it yeah. And I feel like it's gonna be a change for the better. So I'm gonna shuffle some more cards about this year 2023 for group number 4. Okay, so with Ace of Pipes reversed, which is Ace of Wands, I feel like this year is not going to be a spontaneous year. Like it's not going to be filled with impulsive decisions. Everything is going to be, like every decision you're going to make is going to be very thought through, and like everything is going to have a meaning. Like you're not going to do something because you just like you're not going to do something out of just habit. Like everything you're going to do is going to be like, you're going to think about it, you're going to feel like whether it's the right thing for you. Like you're going to make decisions out of like what feels right, what seems right, and what seems right on paper, and what seems like a good idea, and also finding something where like the numbers add up. Like you can see that the numbers are increasing, and like you're not, where it's gonna, it's like you're not gonna start something just out of a leap of faith. You're gonna start something like because you know that it's gonna be a good endeavor. Like and like you're gonna make solid decisions based on solid foundations, based on good reasoning, and I think it's gonna come from within you. I feel like you actually have a very rational and logical side of you, and I feel like that side of you is gonna allow to be its fullest potential this year. Like you're gonna allow it to be there. Maybe you have kind of pulled it down a bit, like in the past, where you might have felt like it was not not the best trait to have, like not the best characteristic. Like maybe you have kind of neglected that part of you because you wanted to be more spontaneous and impulsive and creative, and like maybe you also had some partners or some friends in the past who kept telling you that, oh, you're so logical, and like you're so strict and stubborn, and you just want things to be a certain way, and you're just focused on numbers, and you're not that you're no fun because you're just thinking about the logical side of everything. Like if your friends had an idea to do something, you might have been the type of person who said like, well, realistically, that's maybe not a good idea. Like if a friend came to you and said like, oh, let's start a dancing studio, and you might have said like, well, but we can't dance. None of us can. And none of us have any education in dancing. And so how are we going to have a dancing studio? And then that friend was like, oh, but don't rain on my parade. Like, oh, you're so, like, you're just boring or something. And maybe you have had a lot of those conversations with people in the past, and maybe you have at some point you thought to yourself like, maybe they were right. Like maybe I am too boring, or maybe I should loosen up, and maybe I should do some things without having all the calculations done beforehand or something. And but I feel like maybe you have tried to be more spontaneous and more like taking a leap of faith and in the past years. But I feel like in 2023, you're gonna get back to your roots and start becoming more in alignment with who you are, and accepting the fact that you are the calculated type. You like to have everything thought out first before you do something. You like to do your homework. You like to do some research before you go head first into something. Like you want to actually you like to make decisions based on good reasoning. And I think you're gonna really embrace that about yourself in 2023. And I think there's gonna come a lot of good things out of that. Out of you letting go of this feeling of having to be like everybody else, and be less boring, and actually embrace the boring side of you that is actually very productive and actually gets a lot of work done, and good work that actually can be used for stuff. Like, and I think it's gonna be a year where you are gonna produce things. You're gonna make things. You're gonna start something that could very well become a success, because you never do anything like, or at least that's your nature. You never do anything without it being completely thought through beforehand, and I think it's gonna really benefit you in your career. So I think, yeah, with the totem of stones reversed, I think it is Knight of Pentacles, and it's reversed. So I think this is gonna be a year where you're gonna do things that you have been like you might have been procrastinating something for a long time, or maybe you have had a dream to do something in the past, but you didn't do it because you felt like it was like, I don't know, maybe someone told you that it was a bad idea or a boring idea or something, that you should do something more fun or something. But you might have had an idea to maybe you wanted, maybe a few years ago or many years ago, you wanted to be a librarian. And you told your friends about it, and then they said, oh, that's the most boring job in the world. You should do something more fun. And then you were like, okay, then I'll do something more fun instead. And then you did something more fun for a while, and it didn't really give you any joy. So maybe go back to that. Like, go back to the original idea that you had a few years ago, that was maybe more in alignment with who you are at a soul level. And maybe you thrive more in something that some people would consider boring, but it's not boring for you, and you can see something fun in it. Or maybe, like, sometimes we don't have to have a job that's fun. Like, sometimes it's good to have a job that's boring, because then we have our whole spare time where we can actually do all the fun things in our spare time, and then we can do the boring things at work, and then we can kind of have those two sides of us split in two, and so they don't have to be intertwined. They can be two separate things. And sometimes it's good to separate those, because then we don't put business into our fun, and then we don't put fun in our business, and then we can excel at both things. And so, and I feel like you're gonna get there in 2023. You're gonna find the job that actually suits you the most, and that you actually enjoy doing, or that you at least don't feel a lot of pressure or anxiety doing. Like, I feel like you're gonna find a job that actually is very peaceful for you, and actually makes you very it makes you feel very comfortable, and then you will have your spare time to do all the fun things. And I think you are gonna find some kind of work and personal life balance, where you're gonna be able to prioritize both things in equal measures, because you're gonna have the energy to do both, which I don't think you would have if you chose some kind of career in the entertainment business, or something fun or something like that, because it would just take too much time and energy, and I don't know if it would make you happy. But if you want to do that, then of course do it. I'm just saying that I think maybe you're gonna realize that there's actually a job for you that's perfect, and it could be something like being a librarian, or working with coding, or working with IT, or something, or something with numbers, or something that many people would consider boring, but you're actually good at it, and you're not that bored with it. So it's a perfect job for you, because it's something that not a lot of people can do, because they get too maybe you should also focus on what you are good at. And I feel like your talent is very much in the details, like focusing on the details, doing things systematically, or creating systems, and making things more easy for other people, being a like doing coding or software engineering or something like that, where the job is to make things easier for other people to navigate through. And you might have a natural gift of making these systems or something like that, and embracing that could really give you a lot of success in your career. So yeah, I'm gonna shuffle some more cards to see what's gonna happen in 2023 for you. Group number 4. So with the Apprentice of Stones, which is Page of Pentacles, I think 2023 is going to be a year where maybe you go back to school or start a new education, or switch your major from maybe something that you thought, maybe you started studying something because it was fun and interesting, or people found it fun and interesting, and then they tried to sell it to you, or maybe it's something that your family kind of got you into, or like something that your parents wanted you to do or something. But then I feel like in 2023 you might switch majors and start something that is more in alignment with who you are, your true self, and something that you're good at, something that you've always wanted to do. And I feel like it's gonna be a year where you're gonna learn something, or you're gonna be a scholar. You're gonna be a sponge that's gonna like get a lot of, like, suck a lot of wisdom into you, and I think you're really gonna enjoy that. Like, enjoy storing information in your brain, and creating systems, maybe also for information, like maybe create a system in your notes, like and your books, and like making it all very systematic, like creating schedules for learning and stuff like that. And with 8 of Stones, 8 of Pentacles, I think with this card, like I'm gonna look at the imagery on this card, because I feel like this person she's making something, like she's creating something, and I feel like you are gonna create something in 2023 as well. And maybe you're gonna find some kind of hobby where you make jewelry or make something creative, but I feel like it's not gonna be something you're gonna do that's gonna benefit your career. But you're gonna find something that's gonna give you a lot of peace and make you feel less anxious, like some kind of hobby that's gonna make you feel meditative, like something therapeutic, something maybe also like painting, or like I feel like you might, maybe you used to paint or draw a lot when you were a child or when you were a teenager. You might have drawn a lot of portraits of people and stuff like that. And I feel like in 2023 you're gonna get back to that. Like, I feel like 2023, like the common denominator is that you're gonna get back to the things that you used to like doing, like painting or drawing, but also maybe like the dreams that you used to have, like becoming a librarian or becoming a coder or becoming a like working in a bookstore or working like the childhood dreams, or maybe writing. Like maybe it used to be a childhood dream of yours to write, and I feel like I think 2023 is going to be a year where you revisit the dreams that you used to have when you were younger, before you got corrupted by people around you having all these different ideas of what you should be doing and what you're good at. Instead, I think you're going to focus on what you used to get a lot of joy out of doing, what made you happy, and what did you dream about, and how did you envision your future when you were a child. What did you expect yourself to be doing 20 years after when you were 7 or 8? What did you expect that you would be doing 20 or whatever years in the future? And maybe I feel like 2023 is also going to be a year where you get more in alignment with who you are on a soul level, but also where you're actually going to heal your inner child and listen more to the voice of your inner child, and find back to what used to be important to you in the past, and who you were in the past, and what kind of personality you had when you were a child, before you got influenced by other people, and kind of search back to that. So yeah. But I think that's all I have for you, group number 4. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 5. You chose the Alcohol Tarot, and I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle these cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 5, the people who will choose group number 5? How will group number 5's 2023 be like? What will it be like? Their year 2023? I feel like it's a year of learning. Like, I think you're gonna learn something new in 2023. Like, I'm sensing maybe you're gonna learn a new language, or something exciting. Like, you're gonna learn something that you're actually gonna be excited about. Like, you're gonna learn it because you want to learn it. Like, or maybe you don't in the beginning, but when you start learning it, you're gonna find out that it's so much more exciting than you expected it to be. Like it's gonna be very easy for you, and I think you didn't expect that when you started, but like it's gonna be like, I feel like there's gonna be a surprise when it comes to learning something new. Like, it's gonna just be, I feel like you're gonna realize that there's actually something that you're really good at, and I don't know if it has anything to do with language. It could also be something else, but I feel like 2023 is going to be a year where you realize that you're actually really good at something, like something new that you're going to learn randomly, like out of nowhere someone's going to teach you something, or you're going to sign up for a course or something, or a class or something, and you're just going to realize that you're a natural at it. Like it's just going to be on your backbone. Like it's just going to be something that it seems like you've always, like something. You could also learn a new instrument this year, and like it's maybe something that you have postponed for a long time because you feel like you're too old to start learning a new instrument, because you might feel like, oh, you should have been like 7 years old to, like, if you ever want to like play Mozart level piano, then you should have learned to play the piano at like when you were like a child. And maybe you have that have had that illusion that it's too late, that you can't learn something new now because you're never going to be as good as the people who have been learning this for many years, like since they were children. But I feel like you're gonna start learning a new instrument or something else, and you're gonna realize that you're a natural at it, and it's actually really easy for you, and that you're gonna progress at it in a very fast pace, and you're gonna feel like, well, you could actually become a pro. Like a few years from now, you could easily play with people who have been playing that instrument for many more years than you. Like I feel like there's gonna be some kind of like you're gonna have some kind of epiphany that you actually have been sitting on a talent for many years, and it's not even a waste, because you're gonna be good at it. So it's gonna, like, so yeah. So I feel like that's okay. So with 4 of Beers, which is 4 of Wands, but it's reversed. So I feel like this, like 2023, could be a year where there's not as much celebration as there were in 2022 or in the past years. Maybe you have had a lot of weddings or birthdays and or parties that you have been going to in 2022, maybe a lot to do with your family, maybe even funerals, even though those are not celebrations, but like it's things, it's events where you get together as a family. So, but I feel like in 2023, there's going to be less getting together with your family, less opportunities to get together, like less, not opportunities, there's going to be a lot of opportunities, there's just not going to be a lot of occasions for them, like maybe your family, like I don't know if your family is a bit like the silent type, or people don't communicate that well with each other, and so maybe they need an occasion to meet up, like they need to have some kind of excuse to get together, like there needs to be something that brings them together, if there's nothing that to bring them together, then they just go their own path, their own life, and do whatever they would do. As like then they wouldn't just randomly throw a party just for fun. So I feel like this year is not gonna be like, there's gonna be a lack of family get-togethers. Maybe it's a good thing for some of you. Maybe you feel like 2022 was kind of a bit much. Like maybe you spent too much time with your relatives, and maybe it's actually a good thing that 2023 is going to be kind of more relaxed on that front. Okay, with 10 of Spirits, which is 10 of Swords, I think 2023 is going to be a year of mind, a lot of mind activity, to the point where you could get a bit burned out. So I feel like maybe you're gonna you might realize something exciting, like something you can do, some kind of hidden talent that you never realized was there, and then you suddenly realize it, and it's very, very exciting and very fun. And then you get all in and wants to learn everything about it and wants to practice all the time. And there could be a possibility that you could get burned out, that you're going to overdo it, that you're going to feel like you have so much to like that you have to learn as much as everybody, like as people on your age, like you need to get to their level, even though they've been doing it since they were children. So they have they of course have more experience than you, and so you can't get many years of experience on just in a few months. You kind of need to slow down and do it in the pace that is, like, you can fasten the pace, like you can get it more, not fasten, but make it faster. But I feel like the advice from the card is that maybe don't overdo it. Like if you find out that you have a talent, maybe practice it like maybe an hour a day instead of doing it like 24/7. Like especially if it has something to do with your voice, then you could end up frying your voice if you realize that you have the ability to growl or something exciting like that. Then practice maximum an hour a day, because if you do it more than that, you're gonna fry your voice, and maybe even to the point where it's gonna do more damage than good. So just keep that in mind, that there is such a thing as too much of a good thing can make it bad. So so Ace of Swords, shot of spirits. I think there's also a possibility of mental like burnout. It's the same as I talked about before. So like, but I feel like there could also, like, if you're in school and learning something, then also be watchful that you don't get too fixated on getting a good grade, that you end up burning yourself out. Like, sometimes it's good to get a B if it means that your mental health is gonna be intact. Like, it's not worth it to get an A and completely mess yourself up in doing so. Like maybe take a step back and don't expect too much of yourself, even though I know that you have the mental ability to get straight A's, and you know that too, that you're very smart, but sometimes we need to prioritize what's important. Is it important to get straight A's, or is it important to have a balance in your life where you can actually also do some fun things once in a while, or focus on some hobbies or friendships, and like maybe also going to some parties and stuff like that, instead of just focusing on learning. So I feel like, but I feel like there is going to be an opportunity in 2023. There's going to be an opportunity coming in, and it's going to be very exciting. And I feel like it could be an offer, or someone offering you a position, or maybe like if you're in school, then your teacher might offer you to become a mentor for other students, or something like that, or get some kind of student teacher position, or like there might be some kind of opportunity for you that's going to be very exciting. But it's also important that you ask yourself if it's too much, if it's going to, like, of course it's going to open some doors, and of course it would be sad to let an opportunity like that go, but if you feel like you're stressed out already and like kind of burned out already, then maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing to pass on an opportunity like that, because maybe it would be too much. So yeah, I'm gonna shuffle some more cards about 2023 for you, group number 5. Temperance. So I feel like 2023 is gonna be a year where you are gonna get a balance. Like there's gonna be an imbalance maybe in the beginning of the year, but I feel like you're gonna balance it out. Like there's gonna be an overflow of something in the beginning. Then you're gonna mix it up so that there will be some kind of equilibrium, some kind of balance. Things are gonna be like I feel like at the end of the year, or in the second part of the year, second half of the year, you're gonna find that balance. But in the beginning of the year, it's gonna be a bit stressed out. It's gonna be a bit like you're gonna feel burned out, maybe. You're gonna feel like things are not, things are a bit like difficult to overcome, like everything seems just too much. Or there could be something about too much of a good thing, like there could be, like if you're struggling with a drinking problem or a small abuse of some kind of medication, or something where you're maybe relying on medication to get through the day, or something, I don't know. Then I think, like in the beginning it's going to be a problem, but I feel like in the second half of the year you're going to get that sorted out. Like things are going to seem like it's kind of passé, like it's in the past. It's not, you're going to get a hold on it, like you're going to gain control over it. And find another alternative. If it's medication, like prescribed medication that you take, then maybe you will find an alternative, a different type of medication later on in the year that is gonna have less side effects and make you feel much better and make you feel like things are looking up. So, okay, so with Knight of Spirits, it's Knight of Swords. I think there could be there is a possibility that like if you're in school, there could be some kind of school romance going on. Like maybe you will, like maybe you will fall in love with someone you are studying with or study buddies with, or someone from another school that you're gonna meet at some kind of party or event where different schools are gonna come together for some kind of event, and maybe you're gonna meet the person there. I feel like there is, I don't know if it's gonna be long lasting, but it's gonna be like an exciting thing when it's like, while it's happening, passionate, but maybe a bit short-lived. But I feel like it's your choice. It's more like you're gonna choose to end it, maybe because you feel like it's taking too much attention from you, that it's gonna make you less focused on your studies, and maybe you will feel like it's getting in the way of your ambitions or something like that. And so there's also the Hanged Man. I'm not going to show you the card because it's a very disgusting card. It's a man who is throwing up in a toilet, and it's real vomit on the picture. Very, very disgusting. I'm not going to show it to you. Maybe short, but like that. I hope you didn't see, yeah, but it's disgusting. I don't like this card, but it comes up in every reading I do with this deck. It's like it always wants to be there, and it always wants to be disgusting, and I don't know why I'm looking at it. Yeah, but so with the Hanged Man, I think 2023 is gonna be a year where you're gonna learn a lot about yourself. You're gonna have a different point of view on life. You're gonna look at the world a bit upside down in a different way than you used to. Like, I think you're gonna make some discoveries about life that's really gonna make you look at the world in a different way. Like, and maybe you will even write a book about it, or write a paper on it, or maybe even write a PhD in that if you're in school, in the university. But I feel like there's something you're gonna realize, something that maybe nobody has thought of before, like some great discovery, maybe in the field of philosophy or psychology or cognitive science or sociology, something like that, where you're gonna figure something out, and it's gonna make you it's gonna be very exciting. It's gonna make you very excited about it, and it's also gonna be like, you're gonna, with the vomit, I feel like you're gonna take something old and throw it out. Like something, like some mindset that wasn't working out for you, you're gonna throw it out and you're gonna get some new perspective on life, and it's gonna be very life-changing, groundbreaking. It's gonna change your life. I feel like 2023 is gonna be very life-changing for you. It's gonna make you realize new things about yourself and about people, about the human psyche, and I think it's gonna be a very, like, you're gonna have a year that's gonna be like mind-blowing, but also like you're gonna feel a bit burned out. But of course you're gonna feel burned out when your mind is blowing all the time. Like that can't really that should be expected, I guess. So you can't have one thing and not the other. So I guess a little bit of burnout is maybe a small price to pay, really, for discovering something amazing. So I think, yeah, this is going to be an exciting year for you. It's going to be interesting, and I think, I think it's going to be good for you, and also hard, but interesting, fascinating, and groundbreaking. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you. Group number 5. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye.